In the bustling heart of New York City, where skyscrapers pierced the clouds like arrogant fingers pointing to forgotten gods, lived a man named Alex Harlan. At 35, Alex was the epitome of the American dream gone awry, a mid-level accountant drowning in a sea of spreadsheets, credit card debt, and unfulfilled promises. His apartment was a cramped shoebox in Brooklyn, his car a rusting relic from the early 2000s, and his bank account a perpetual tightrope walk between overdraft fees and payday loans. Money, to Alex, was a cruel mistress, always elusive, always demanding more. One rainy Tuesday evening, as Alex trudged home from another soul-crushing day at the office, he stumbled upon an old bookstore tucked away in a forgotten alley. The sign read, "Arcane Wisdom, Books that Reveal Hidden Realities." Intrigued and desperate for distraction, he pushed open the creaky door. The air inside was thick with the scent of aged paper and mystery. Behind the counter sat an elderly man with a wild beard and eyes that seemed to hold the secrets of centuries. Looking for something specific, the old man asked, his voice a gravelly whisper. Alex shrugged. Just browsing. Life's been tough. Money problems, you know. The old man chuckled, a sound like dry leaves rustling. Ah, money. The great illusion. Here, take this. He slid a dusty tome across the counter, The Truth About Money, unveiling the shocking realities. It's not what you think. Read it, and it might just change your life. Skeptical but curious, Alex bought the book for a few dollars and headed home. That night, under the dim glow of his bedside lamp, he cracked it open. What followed was a journey that shattered his worldview, revealing truths about money that were as shocking as they were transformative. This is the story of what Alex discovered, and how it altered everything. Alex's first revelation came in the book's opening pages. Money, it declared, wasn't scarce at all. It was infinite, created out of thin air by banks and governments. He read about fractional reserve banking, how for every dollar deposited, banks could lend out 9 more, essentially printing money through debt. The system thrives on your belief in lack, the book stated. But abundance is the natural state, scarcity is engineered to control you. Alex paused, his mind reeling. He'd always thought money was finite, like a pie to be sliced. But here was the truth, central banks like the Federal Reserve could inflate the supply at will. Hyperinflation in Zimbabwe or Venezuela wasn't an accident, it was the system exposed. He recalled his own life, working overtime for raises that barely kept up with rising costs. Inflation wasn't just economic jargon, it was theft, eroding the value of his savings while enriching those who controlled the printers. The book wove in a tale of a fictional character, much like Alex, named Elias. Elias slaved away in a factory, believing hard work equaled wealth. One day, he met a rogue economist who explained, money is a promise, not a thing. When governments print more, your promises lose value. Elias quit his job, started bartering skills for goods, and built a community network. Alex wondered, could he do the same? That night, Alex dreamed of endless money rivers flowing from invisible faucets, drowning the poor while the rich sailed on yachts. He woke determined to dig deeper, the illusion of value. Diving further, Alex uncovered the shocking truth about what gave money its power, nothing but collective faith. Fiat currency, dollars, euros, yen, had no intrinsic value. Unlike gold or silver, which had been used for millennia because of their rarity and utility, modern money was backed by government decree. Remove the belief, the book warned, and it crumbles like a house of cards. Historical anecdotes filled the pages. The Roman Empire debased its coins by mixing in cheaper metals, leading to economic collapse. In the 1970s, Nixon severed the dollar's tie to gold, ushering in an era of unchecked printing. Alex learned about cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, born from distrust in this system, a digital gold with a fixed supply, immune to inflation. But the real shocker, money's value was psychological. The book cited studies. Lottery winners often ended up broke and miserable, while minimalists found joy in less. Wealth isn't in your wallet, it's in your mind, it proclaimed. Alex thought of his ex-girlfriend, Sarah, who left because he couldn't afford fancy dates. Was their love doomed by an illusion? Inspired, Alex experimented. He sold his unnecessary gadgets on eBay, netting $500. Instead of splurging, he invested in a stock index fund. The book advised, don't chase money, let it chase you through smart allocation. For the first time, Alex felt empowered, not enslaved, the debt trap exposed. The next section hit Alex like a freight train. Debt wasn't a tool for growth, it was a weapon of control. Credit cards, student loans, mortgages, they all perpetuated a cycle where people worked to pay interest, enriching banks. The average American dies in debt, the book revealed, backed by statistics. Compound interest worked against you as a borrower but for you as an investor. A gripping story unfolded about a woman named Lena, buried under $100,000 in student loans. She discovered the debt snowball method, paying off smallest debts first for momentum. But the book went deeper, questioned the necessity of debt. Lena negotiated settlements, lived frugally, and within 5 years, was free. She then flipped the script, lending money peer-to-peer for interest. Alex tallied his own debts. $20,000 in cards, $15,000 car loan. Heart pounding, he called his creditors the next day, negotiating lower rates. It worked, one dropped from 18% to 12%. The book was right, knowledge was leverage. Yet, the shocking twist, governments were the biggest debtors, funding wars and welfare through bonds. Your taxes pay interest to bondholders, it said. Alex realized he was part of a Ponzi scheme, where new debt paid old. What if it collapsed? The power of compound growth. Shifting gears, the book illuminated a positive truth: time and compounding could make anyone wealthy. Einstein called it the eighth wonder, the book called it the great equalizer. A dollar invested at 7% doubles every 10 years, it explained with charts Alex wished he'd seen sooner. The narrative followed a young couple, Mia and Tom, who started saving $200 monthly in their 20s. By retirement, they had millions, while friends who delayed struggled. The key: discipline over get-rich-quick schemes. Avoid lotteries, day trading pitfalls, embrace index funds, real estate. Alex crunched numbers on his phone. If he invested $300 monthly at 8% return, he'd have over $1 million by 65. Shocking, retirement wasn't a pipe dream. He opened a Roth IRA that week, vowing to cut lattes for legacy. But the book cautioned, inflation eroded gains. Aim for assets beating 2–3% annual rise. Gold, stocks, property, hedges against the system's flaws. Money and happiness, the ultimate deception. Midway through, Alex confronted the most life-altering truth: money didn't buy happiness. Studies from Harvard's Grant study showed relationships, not riches, predicted joy. The book quoted hedonic adaptation: humans adjusted to wealth, always wanting more. A poignant tale of a billionaire, Victor, who amassed fortunes but died alone, regretting neglected family. True wealth is freedom, it asserted, time to pursue passions, not possessions. Alex reflected on his life. Chasing promotions left him isolated. He called his estranged brother, mending fences over coffee. Money's truth. It amplified who you were. Greedy people became miserly, generous ones, philanthropists. The book urged, give 10% to charity. Alex donated $50 to a local shelter, feeling richer instantly. The hidden economy: barter, skills, and networks. Beyond fiat, the book revealed alternative systems. Barter economies thrived in crises, skills like coding or gardening were real currency. In a collapse, your bank account means nothing, your ability's everything. Stories from post-World War II Europe showed communities trading goods, bypassing money. Alex joined a local Skillshare group, trading accounting advice for home repairs. Shocking how fulfilling it was, money's grip loosened. Cryptocurrencies reappeared as decentralized freedom. Blockchain ensured transparency, unlike opaque banks. Alex bought $100 in Bitcoin, watching it fluctuate, learning volatility's lessons, the global conspiracy. Edgier truths emerged. Money controlled politics. Lobbyists from banks influenced laws, perpetuating inequality. The book cited the 2008 bailout: taxpayers saved Wall Street while Main Street suffered. It's not conspiracy, it's capitalism unchecked. Alex researched online, finding corroborations. Billionaires like Soros or Buffett shaped economies. But the book empowered: vote with your wallet. Support ethical businesses, boycott exploiters. A fictional revolution: citizens adopted local currencies, weakening central control. Alex pondered, could he start a community fund? Investing in yourself. The core shock: the best investment was self-education. Books, courses, mentors, yield infinite returns. Money follows value, it said. Create value, and wealth flows. Alex enrolled in an online finance course, devouring knowledge. He side-hustled freelance accounting, earning extra $1,000 monthly. The book warned of scams, MLMs, crypto pumps. Discernment was key: legacy over luxury. Nearing the end, focus shifted to legacy. Money's truth. It's temporary. Build for generations. Teach kids financial literacy. Create trusts. A touching story of a grandfather passing wisdom, not just wealth. Alex planned to write his own journal, Inspired: The Transformation. Finishing the book, Alex was changed. He quit his job, started a consulting firm. Debts cleared in 2 years, investments grew. But more, he found purpose, volunteering, traveling modestly. The shocking truth: money was a game, rigged but winnable with awareness. It didn't define life, it enabled it. Years later, Alex returned to the bookstore. The old man smiled. Changed your life? Alex nodded. And now, I'll change others. He left a copy for the next seeker, perpetuating the cycle. In the end, the truth about money isn't in vaults or stocks, it's in understanding its illusions and harnessing its power for freedom. What will you do with this knowledge? The choice is yours.